Hey, so this video I want to go into something really personal for me, and I'm not exactly sure where this vlog will go. And it's about a journey that I've gone on over the past year. Last year, I started to hold myself accountable to both myself, my own dreams, and other people, and those people in my life, and vice versa, and set boundaries for myself and others, and protect my own time and energy and resources, and start working on myself. And when this year started, I was coming from a place where I had a vocabulary that included a lot of self-defeating talk, and some things that I used to say to myself back then were, I'm not good at math, or uh, I don't really do code. I can't really understand. I'd struggle with languages, or I would say things like that, or like, I just can't ever get code. Um, and I started unwrapping those things probably end of last year, and the beginning of this year, I decided to really address it head on. I was tired of being afraid of these things. I had started surrounding myself with new types of people, and a lot of them knew math or code. And I really wanted to at least be able to not have them re explain things over and over and over again to me. So it started out as just, a confidence booster in conversation with people that I still at the time believed could do things that I couldn't. I just was in it to learn, how to talk about numbers and math and code and that stuff. And then something quite amazing happened. As I worked to understand how to speak these languages, literally like in conversation, speak them, not do the math or do the code, but just speak them. And I started to take notes on these things and keep track of these things and push myself to think about them more. Something quite amazing happened. I started to get it. And early this year, it's 2019 right now, early this year, I'd say probably Q2 time. So um, between April and June, it really started to click, especially around April, both with math and code. At this time, I was, occasionally watching videos on these things, anywhere from the instructional to the abstract, like Crash Course Computer Science, pretty abstract historical overview of code and computer science and math stuff. I just kind of started watching some of the videos on YouTube from Khan Academy, and I started to realize, holy cow, like I'm actually getting some of these things. Even without doing the work, I was getting things. And that was unexpected. And I pushed it further and deeper. And by this summer, I had the determination to figure out, math or code. And I started with code. And I went, I doubled down into, at first it was Python. That was what I originally wanted to start learning. And then, leaned more into JavaScript. I was more familiar with web-based stuff, so it just flowed a little bit more naturally. Went through a P5JS course, had a lot of fun with it, and for visual thinkers, and it was just, lights started going off. I was having fun. And doubled down in math about September or so. Really dug deep into like Khan Academy videos on YouTube. Just told myself I'll find the longest geometry course. I hadn't ever done geometry before, and just started plowing into it and got halfway through that playlist. I don't know how many courses it contained, but it was all their geometry videos. It was the largest one, and I had, I think, like around 113 videos, something like that. And I got about 70 or so videos in, and it was about November at that time. So or actually I think it was October at that time. So it was just a couple of months ago, and I dug pretty deep into Khan Academy stuff. I started from the basics and have now worked my way up pretty far into algebra. And I had never passed pre-algebra in school. So I'm now, I think, 92 or 93% done with pre-algebra, and have algebra 1, a pretty good chunk taken out of that, and geometry about halfway done. I've made it through 6th grade math, and I'm over 60% of the way done with 7th grade math, and that's enormous for me because I gave up on math in the 6th grade. So it's really, really encouraging. Every single time I learned something I've never learned before in mathematics, and I get it, and I feel confident with it, and it's just this rush of confidence. I don't hope to become, a mathematician. I don't hope to become an accountant. I don't hope to become, a CFO. I don't hope to become a CTO or a coder or a web developer, but I now know that I could. And I now know that I can know how to do these things. And wrapping up my second CSS course now in the web developer learning path on LinkedIn Learning, and finish the HTML, the first intro to CSS, and now this CSS Essential or Fundamentals course. And I've got one section left of it, and I'm getting kind of nervous because I feel confident that I can do these things. I could barely handle WordPress before. Like, if I strayed from, a template, like 99% chance it would break beyond my ability to repair. And now, finishing the HTML and the CSS stuff, and I'm getting a little nervous. Like, I don't want to finish it because it'll be time for me to leave school, essentially, and apply it. And I'm a little nervous about that because I won't have the security of saying that I don't know how to code. And this fear and the pain it causes me makes me smile because I know that's a sign of weakness leaving the body. And I'm really excited because the next course is a JavaScript course in this learning path, which I've taken before previously. I've taken a couple of JavaScript courses on LinkedIn Learning, and I'm really excited to get back into it and retake it and connect the dots and start building just for fun. And that's what these things are for me. That's what geometry is. That's what stats and calculus is turning out to be for me. It's fun. Like, even with what little I'm scratching the surface of with that stuff, it's just, this is all so much fun. And that's where I am, and this is where I'm going.